Hello there, right here we got a brand new snapshot, which is the fourth experimental snapshot for 1.18. There are some big changes to do with terrain as well as getting more useful resources. And as requested, I will be giving you guys the seed as well as coordinates of these cool terrain, including this volcano looking mountain range. I enjoy finding and showing you guys really cool stuff, so if you guys could leave a like on the video as well as subscribe, as currently less than 30% of my viewers have hit the red button. The first change that they did is they made temples so they're now partly buried. I think this is a bad example as this temple is actually completely buried and it's actually right beside all this village, which is insanely spread out from the top of this mountain. There's actually a snow-capped peak and it goes all the way down this entire side with villagers and housing all the way down to the very bottom where we actually have this lower piece of the village way down here in this valley. Looking at a few other temples, it does seem like they're having a problem of being too deep now. But they did fix a problem with temples where they were actually spawning in the middle of the water. But you gotta admire these villages, they just kind of spread all over the place. Now they did say that they were trying to avoid really high beaches, but here's a beach that is over 160 blocks tall. You could also see them make use of the Biome builder, which is this stat right here. It shows stuff like how high it is and coast. Just pay attention to it as I move across. Now it says mid, now we are in low and ocean. Then we go over here to a valley, and then into low, and then we go inland. And this is used to make better transitioning between different types of biomes. They made it so that the badlands as well as deserts are now larger and less likely to show up as microbiomes that are splotched inside of other biomes. They also made the terracotta go up higher for their bands. And despite this looking like a desert, this is actually still badlands, just with crazy amounts of red sand. And for wooded badlands, they have to be quite a bit taller in order for trees and grass to grow on top of them. They also came in and made the biome placement smoother so that there's not so many microbiomes and overall less chaotic. So finding conflicting biomes near each other is much harder. In the past, we used to see some areas with snow patches on top of jungle trees, but now that's been addressed and removed. Last time they removed dirt from the edges of the snowy slopes, and they went ahead and even removed more dirt so it should look more snowy. They said that they made extreme hills more extreme, but this here is actually it, and it doesn't seem that extreme at all. It's actually quite low down and not very distinguished from the surrounding area, at least height-wise. But this may have to do with the second part of change, which has to do with extreme hills and shattered biomes, where they try to make them fit better with the surrounding biomes. This mesa sidewall looks really cool with all these mine shafts just having their entrances poke out towards the center here. In the past, rivers were a problem for them as they would just end up drying up, or they would come into higher elevation mountains where they wouldn't be able to generate because they're too high up. So now instead they will form forges, which are these really narrow waterways with cliff sides on both sides. You can still go through with a boat while having the realistic mountains on either side. Before, this desert was just empty here, and now you can see this crazy river between these steep desert sides. Now the other option for rivers are they can kind of end and then the elevation can increase and then a saddle can be produced where it's a much gradual transitioning between two mountain peaks, making it easier to climb between them. Mansions still seem to kind of be struggling on finding a good location to place themselves. They made a tweak to swamps so that they're more contained and less spread really far out, and any rivers that go into them will be much shallower. Stony Peaks, which is a new biome we got last time, got some upgrades where they can now have these strips, including having calcite on top of them. And this stuff is deep too, so now you can get it in large amounts. Now these strips can also come in gravel, andesite, as well as granite. Really cool change, so now you don't have to keep going after geodes in order to get tons of calcite, as it is a really cool building block. Stone Shores also got an upgrade where they can generate strips of gravel, diorite, andesite, as well as granite. But they did come in and reduce the number of andesite, diorite, and granite blobs that can come onto the surface. So now the stone shores look less chaotic. They also did some overall changes to do with ores. The first being that when you do find iron ore now, there's going to be more of it in these blobs. The dripstone caves also got an upgrade in that now there's going to be a lot more copper in these biomes. So these are definitely the go-to places if you need to get a lot of it. With this X-ray research pack, you can just really see there's a lot of copper here. And the next best thing is to find one of these copper veins, which are also just downright loaded with it. I had a lot of comments asking what is the seed of this world that I'm using. This is just a random seed and I actually typed it out in chat for you guys. I'll have it linked down below as well, and the coordinates of the Pirate Bay area that I found is right here. And the volcano looking mountain range that I showed last time is also intact, and this is the coordinates. There was no further changes to mob spawning for 1.18, but let me know what you guys think about all of these current changes that they made to the terrain. If you'd like to see more crazy stuff that I discover while playing Minecraft, check out this playlist here. And if you guys would like to see how I built a farm for almost every item in the game Minecraft, check out this one. And don't forget to drop by during my live streams, which are every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!